So on June 14th, Wade Barrett explains that he has fired Daniel Bryan. And this is because Daniel Bryan was fired. He was legitimately let go by the company. And while we never got an exact reason, there's been a lot of speculation. It was alluded to that it was the visual of Bryan choking Justin Roberts with his necktie. Although I think it might have had something to do with him spitting on John Cena also. So who knows? But there was some reason he was fired, and he was indeed legitimately fired because he was taking independent bookings. I believe he was working shows for Ring of Honor at the time. And even after he got re-signed and showed up at SummerSlam, he was still honoring those bookings at Ring of Honor. So he was legitimately fired at the time. So now this time, we hadn't specifically been told what the long-term plan was for Nexus, but we were told like broad strokes that basically this was going to build all of us into major superstars going forward. And it was alluded to that eventually Wade and I were going to fight over the group, and I was going to kick Wade out of the group, lead Nexus. But what it was building to was Wade and I one-on-one, because it was going to circle back to the finale of NXT where, he beat me and I was runner-up, although we never had a singles match. We had a triple threat. So this was going to be where I was able to get my revenge, or at least we were going to have our one-on-one standoff. So we didn't know when that was going to happen, but it was indicated to me that that was eventually where the story was going. So it was indicated to us that we were going to work with John Cena and all the top stars throughout the summer, leading all the way until SummerSlam. And so the point of it was to establish us as legitimate contenders and top stars in the company. So now they would have 7 new stars who were legitimate contenders going forward. So look, I don't have all the information here and I'm still compiling it. So different people have been reaching out to me. So an unnamed source from the creative team at the time reached out to me and let me know that actually he didn't even know what the name of our group was until the day after, like the day after we debuted. That's how loose this was. And, everything was so tight-lipped. But also, hey, if you have any more information about this, if you were part of the creative staff, if you worked for WWE during this time and you may know more than I do, please, by all means, reach out and let me know, because I want to hear this stuff too. I want to hear the behind the scenes, like what the story was with Nexus, what it was supposed to be, what the conversations were on the writing team. So I'm trying to figure it all out. I just know what I know and remember, but please, anybody, if you have anything else out there, hit me up, let me know. So on June 14th, we beat down the then Raw general manager, Bret Hart. This was awesome. This was so cool because Bret Hart was one of my heroes growing up, and getting to work with him, man, this was a dream come true. And Bret was so cool. He's so humble and literally one of my favorite people in the wrestling business. Like, Bret's awesome. And so it was really cool getting to work with him, but at the same time, it was stressful because we wanted to be really careful with him. And I know he'd had some health problems and stuff. And so we didn't want to injure Bret. But again, we had to make it look vicious. So I know Heath worked with him a lot. Heath is really talented and took care of Bret a lot. So he was like our go-to with Bret Hart. They trusted Heath and they had good chemistry together. So he did a lot of that. Shout out to Heath Slater. But anyway, in a way, I guess Nexus was responsible for creating the anonymous Raw GM. We took out Bret. There needed to be a new GM. And here comes this wild idea for this anonymous GM. Yeah, sorry guys, but Nexus was responsible for it. I apologize for that.